you, Madam Speaker. And it's always a pleasure to rise in the House and contribute to the debate. Today we are debating at report stage Bill C-8, an act to implement certain provisions of the Economic and Fiscal Update tabled in Parliament on December 14th, 2021, and other measures. I always enjoy the long titles to bills because it gives you a sense of what the bill actually is. And an economic statement or a fall update, a fiscal update, is kind of like a mini budget. It's a chance for a government to provide some economic measures, some budgetary measures, without having an entire budget. But now what we've seen now, Madam Speaker, is we had the fall economic statement, we have Bill C-8, and now we've had the actual budget, and in the coming days we'll be having the Budget Implementation Act for this year's budget. 4 different opportunities for this government to take meaningful action to help the people of Canada, to help the people who are struggling with the cost of living, to help people struggling with inflation, to help those small businesses who in the last 2 years have faced lockdown, restrictions, restaurants, hospitality, tourism sector, all of these opportunities, and yet time and time again we've seen the government fail to act, fail to meaningfully act to help the people in Perth Wellington and the people across Canada. And what's equally concerning, Madam Speaker, is that today's debate is being done under the threat of a guillotine motion. A guillotine motion being a time allocation motion, a motion that cuts off debate. Now, Madam Speaker, we've seen this before. We've seen the government rail for years against time allocation, against closure, and then, of course, flip around and use it themselves. But what's especially interesting this time is that it's being done in the shadow of Motion 11. So here we have the government using time allocation on this bill, and at the same time, they've given notice of closure for closure on Motion 11. Now, Madam Speaker, some may not know what Motion 11 actually is doing, but Motion 11 would allow the government not to show up for work. Motion 11 would allow the House of Commons to function without quorum. Now, Madam Speaker, just to show you how out of the ordinary this is, the concept of quorum in the House of Commons, a minimum number of people being present in the chamber, is constitutionally protected. I repeat, constitutional protection is provided to members of this House to maintain quorum. Now, Madam Speaker, it's not a large number. You can count it on 2 sets of hands. It's 20 people. You know, some people may want to take off their socks to count that high, but it's not that high of a number, including the Speaker. So the Speaker plus 19 members. And in fact, Madam Speaker, if you consult the authorities of this place, including Beauchene's Parliamentary Rules and Forms, 6th edition, edited by our good friend, Mr. John Holtby of Brockville, Ontario, it says this at paragraph 280. The Constitution Act, Section 48, specifies that the quorum of the House is 20, including the Speaker. Paragraph 281 states, any member may direct the Speaker's attention to the fact that there is not quorum present. This is something that is provided for in the authorities of this place, consistent with the Constitution of our country, Constitution Act 1867. The government, with Motion 11, will withdraw the concept of quorum, allowing this place to function without the bare number of 20 people. Madam Speaker, this is simply unacceptable, and in the coming days I hope to contribute more specifically on this debate, but for now I will leave it at that.